Klopp prioritised the Thuram deal. Transfer work in Liverpool continues without slowing down. Alexis Mac Allister joined the club first, but the Reds won't stop there. Klopp wants more reinforcements in the midfield. In this context, one of the most serious candidates in recent days is Thuram. Liverpool were strongly linked to a move for Thuram this summer, and a new update has now surfaced as the club has been following the player. So what's the latest on Liverpool's interest in Thuram? According to information from French sources, Liverpool are prioritising a deal for the nice midfielder. Contact with Thuram has proliferated in recent weeks, according to the report. The talented actor is eager to move on to Merseyside and the project under the direction of Jürgen Klopp. So what kind of midfielder is Thuram? Following the departures of James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Liverpool definitely needs a midfield rebuild this summer. With Alexis Mac Allister already confirmed, it looks like it's going to be a transformative summer for the Reds. Indeed, the signing of the World Cup winner was a big move. But it will take multiple talents to revive the midfield presence at Anfield, and purchasing Thuram's services this summer could be the key ingredient in bringing both high energy and quality to the center of the pitch. Described as dangerous by teammate Aaron Ramsey, the 22-year-old could work in a number 8 or deeper defensive role with clear strengths that will be a huge asset for Klopp next season. According to FBref, Thuram ranks in the top 10% of his positional peers in the top 5 European leagues for progressive carry and successful attacks. It also ranks in the top 30% for shot creation actions, pass completion, touch-ups, and tackles. The French player's versatility in positioning and his ability to move around the court consistently make him the perfect player profile to unlock Mac Allister's full potential at Anfield next season. The Argentinian was famous for his all-action partnership with midfielder Moises Caicedo at Brighton and Hove Albion. The arrival of Roberto De Zerbi at the Amex Stadium increased the duo's threat, pushing the Argentine into a more offensive role. Last season he played in this position. He improved by scoring 10 league goals in total. Now Klopp may try to forge a very similar partnership between Thuram and Liverpool's new 10 to get the 24-year-old into an offensive role next season. It is reported that it will cost the Reds £55 million to make a deal for the nice star this summer, and will be worth every penny if they can continue to develop their strength under Klopp's guidance. Providing Mac Allister with a young and energetic partner at the centre of the pitch could make Liverpool's midfield a force to be reckoned with for many years to come. It could completely change the devastating images seen this season. Liverpool star Darwin Nunez was hit by his teammate after a private message from Jürgen Klopp. Darwin Nunez has struggled to establish himself as Liverpool's first-choice centre-forward since signing a £85 million deal from Benfica last summer. Cody Gakpo has revealed that he now sees himself as a centre-forward, hurting the prospect of Darwin Nunez establishing himself as Liverpool's first-choice number 9. The Uruguayan striker had a frustrating first season at Anfield. He found himself on the bench in the final stages of the season while lagging behind the likes of Gakpo and Diogo Jota. While Nunez has guaranteed a chance to settle and adapt to the Premier League despite the huge price tag, it now appears that he is facing stiff competition to nail a starting berth. This is because he reveals that he believes Gakpo's best position is currently central rather than broad. Arriving in Merseyside, he has firmly embraced a position that has been specifically announced to him by Jürgen Klopp and his assistant Pepijn Lijnders. Gakpo said, "Jürgen Klopp and his assistant Pepijn Lijnders stated what they wanted from me when I first went to Liverpool. It took some getting used to at first, but eventually I've grown into the role and I want to play in this position permanently. I feel like I'm getting better and better at that point. I played mainly from the left in PSV. Guus Hiddink was the first to point out to me that I needed to develop more broadly as a striker. I didn't want to believe it at the time. I felt comfortable on the left wing, but now I'm convinced that the striker role suits me," he said. Nunez often found himself shifted to the left wing as he started for the Reds. However, it is a fact that Luis Diaz had an effect on his long-term injury while he was playing. Now the Colombian is back in full form and preparing to make up for missed games in the preseason and clear his injury history. This means that there will be great competition for places on the offensive. Nunez remains determined to prove his worth at Liverpool. But despite the departure of Roberto Firmino, he will have to overcome more obstacles to make his mark at Anfield. Speaking in late April, Klopp explained that Nunez wanted to fine-tune Nunez's frontline defensive ability before ensuring a consistent flow of gameplay in a central role. He's a centre forward, but we need a special setup to play and defend from the centre, but we have to understand it as a team, Klopp said. We had to adapt to different defensive and forward players at the front, that's how it is, he said. The German manager also defended the club's record signing, declaring that some of the criticism he received was unfounded. Darwin is a player with different abilities than any of our other players. He's a machine. He's still adapting. His English is still not good. Nunez should not be expected to shine because we are not good as a team. I understand that Darwin isn't always good when he doesn't start. He puts a smile on my face, but he's definitely good. When we have 5 to 6 players ahead of us, I have to make a decision. The door is miles open for all the kids. He was phenomenal against Leeds, he added. It will definitely be a tough year for Nunez. Competition is good, but feeling Gakpo on his neck may put him under more pressure. Barcelona's Ivory Coast player is on Klopp's transfer list. Jürgen Klopp's Liverpool has now reportedly been given a big chance to sign Barcelona midfielder Franck Kessie. Earlier this month, Interlive reported that Liverpool are interested in signing Franck Kessie from Barcelona in the summer transfer window. According to the information in the Italian news source, Inter Milan is also interested in the 26-year-old Ivory Coast international midfielder, who was described as a very special and very good player by former Chelsea star Pat Nevin in December 2021. And now Sport reports that Barcelona has decided to sell Kessie and are asking for a €35 million transfer fee for her. Spanish sources claimed that Inter had been warned to Kessie, who joined Barcelona as a free transfer in the summer of 2022 after leaving Milan. Among Liverpool's primary candidates are options such as Thuram. However, there is a lot of momentary variability in the transfer, and if anything goes wrong, it wouldn't be a surprise to see Liverpool change the list of priorities. In this case, the Reds are planning to make a £30 million bid to Barcelona for Franck Kessie. It also appears that La Liga champions are willing to sell Ivory Coast this summer for a relatively modest transfer fee. Kessie is now 26 and living her best years. The Barcelona player likes to dominate in the middle of the park and is a combative player. It is clear that the former Milan star will be of value to Liverpool manager Jürgen Klopp.